G'day peeps, this is the first time I've ever done something like this, so it's probably going to be fair shit, but it's just to answer a few questions for a friend. Excuse my thick Aussie accent, but that's how I roll. So today, just helping a mate out with this Korg Electribe sampler. Now, you can get a synth one, you can get grey, blue. This is supposed to be metallic red, but it's kind of more of a pink and a black, but I couldn't find the black anywhere, so I ended up with this metallic pink. Anyway, so what I just want to do is, I just want to show how I kind of got it going and controlling everything. So the basic setup is, I've got a Korg Chaos Pad, KP3, got the MX1, TR8, TB3, excuse the microphone, I got that but it's not on, the System 1, Base Station 2. So it's all hooked up together. All the iris stuff is obviously connected to the MX1 via USB. And then I got the Electribe, which it's got the MIDI in coming from the TR8, which is also the master clock. I then have the MIDI out going to the System 1, which is then going down to, you'll have to bear with me, hang on. So I got the MIDI out going to the TB3 in, and then the TB3 out going into the System 1 in. System 1 out is going to the base station in. Base station doesn't have MIDI through, so I'm waiting on a splitter and we'll kind of make things a little bit neater. I do have the KP3 hooked up by a MIDI, doesn't really do much, but that's through the MX1. So anyway, more what I'm trying to look at today is just this Electribe. Mate's got a few questions, so I'm just going to try and explain it. I basically just got this thing a week ago, so I'm not the best at trying to explain this shit anyway, but here we go. Now, I have it so it controls all my instruments, machines, synths, whatever. So basically what I do is I've set up a template pattern. Now, if I press control pad 1, that is the System 1. I don't know why I'm showing you while I'm pressing it, but that's that noise there. Channel 2 is this pad. Oh, hang on, sorry. You got to set it to trigger. So trigger will set System 1. Number 2 will do TB3. Now I can show you on this one, if I get a keyboard on the Electribe, you can see I'm playing it. Anyway, so that's that. And then trigger, excuse my nails, I just finished work, so they're not the best. So then I got the base station 2 going on to so pad 3. So basically every pad is assigned to an instrument. I have the TR8 on pad 5, I think it is, but I don't really control it with this because there's no point, it's a drum machine anyway. So that's how it basically goes. And then if I go trigger and then I go sequence, I can sequence it. So let's just do that. So something simple, I don't even know, it's not really for anything, but if I press play, there you go. Now that sounds fair crap, but if I stop it and then do that, I'll start off anyway. I can set the length of the patterns to 1 to 4. So if I press play, you will see it's on 1. If I go over here and press menu, you get a heap of shit that you can set up. Hang on. So these are all the settings. So length, there we go. So I can set that to 4. Now, apparently you can chain patterns together as well. I haven't got to that point yet, but that's handy to know. I do know that if you were to set up another pattern, you could just scroll in between it, up and down kind of thing. Kind of has a little bit of a live vibe going on as well. Otherwise you're just standing there doing fuck all, but anyway. So back to this. If I want, if the whole sequencing thing I find is a little bit basic for me, I can then record and then record live. So you'll hear a little metronome, and then see this is changing between patterns. So basically basically recording live. Then I can go trigger and go into something else. So we'll go onto this one, and while that's playing, we'll record keyboard. We'll sequence. We'll just sequence something. So anyway, you get the gist. Sequence whatever you want as you go. Now you can also, while we're doing this, we'll just stop the recording. So if that synth is too loud, which it kind of is at the moment, we can go to trigger, synth this, and turn it down. Hang on. So down here you see we got all these ones. We'll get to level 41. There we go. So if we turn that down. Okay, so we can't do that. So I can control it from the synth as well. So here we go, volume obviously. So we can basically still do everything on the fly. Keeps it kind of cool with the live aspect, I suppose. Alright, so another question was beats. So basically you choose a pad. This is kind of the workflow. Choose a pad. So we got this. I've set everything in my template to start off at a saw wave. So when I go through the samples, it starts off at 001. Now I'm going to get a kick. So let's just grab a kick. Kick. I hate playing around with these things. There's nothing worse than watching YouTube videos and you just watch some dude fuck around with beats. So we'll just grab that. There we go. So now with trigger, basically I'm just setting this pad here to be this kick. Now sequence. So this is just opens up the 16 pads to sequence it. So we'll just do this. Just to see, so basically just going through the patterns. Here we go, and just setting up a 4/4. So here we go. Turn these fucking things down. So there we go. So we just got a 4/4. So now what we can do is we go to trigger. Now we can set this one to whatever we want. So we'll just do a little kick here. Oh no, the thingy. I'll stick to this because this is going to fast forward things a little bit. So this is basically a really rushed job I did just to kind of explain it, but I was just going to do it from the start, but this will do it a lot quicker. So basically, if you go to this, that's a kick there, another kick, snare, some hi-hats, some random samples. Yeah, see this one I turned down, this is my TR8. Some vocals. So this is just something I did. So if I go to this trigger, go to sequencer, you can see it basically. Now this is just for the pattern 4. If I go to pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 4. So you just go screen, go through it, and that's it. So trigger, so there we go. So now basically that's that set up. That's just in the Electribe. That's nothing else. That's basically all Electribe right there. So if I want now, I could pick, we'll go this one. So we'll go this. I've got my sawtooth again. Now depending on which one you choose, if you choose a sampler, you will be able to load up samples. If not, you will have more synth noises that you can do. As you can see with the bracket, they have it all kind of categorized for you. Just remember, if you don't get the sampler, you will not be able to load up samples. That's what I did accidentally and then had to sell it to get the sampler. You get loops. This is all included with the Electribe when you get it. If you get the sampler, you can add more in. Not too much more, but you can still add more. I'm just looking for any of these can be assigned to the pad that I've triggered. We'll get this. So you can choose anything. So that's still just Electribe samples. So sequence. So once it gets to the pattern. Anyway, so that's that. Fast forward all of this stuff. Now, as far as Polyphony goes, if I go to trigger, turn up my synth. System 1, it's got a chord mode, so you can it'll go to chords, or you can do it yourself. Keyboard. Now you can obviously sequence them by so there you go. So it plays whatever you record with the keyboard basically. And then as far as it goes with the rest of my setup, it syncs perfectly. So if I have the TR8, for example, so here we go. Just turn down the synth. but there you go. So let's set up the TB3 doing its thing. There you go. That's how it all rolls. Now, I highly recommend getting a looper if you're not very proficient or you enjoy doing other stuff. You can set it to your auxiliary out, which I have. If I go auxiliary, what do we go? TV3, set this. It's just kind of cool because then you can sample. So I'll record that. Is that gonna work? Yeah. Well, I didn't have the input value much on, but you get the gist. That's just running that sample. But now I could use that loop and do another one if I want to. So what have we got? I'm sure you all know how to use these things, but just as an example. So now I have two loops of the TB3. Anyway, so that's that. That's basically, I hope, all the questions you had. As far as the pads go, they're pretty cushy, they're pretty cool. They're not Akai MPC cool, but they do the job, I think. They're pretty good. Yeah, I know the grey ones and the black ones, I think the pads aren't as good. They had an update with the pads, with the blue and the metallic pink. Apart from that, I can't really think of anything else. You can record with this one in, so you can record your own samples on the fly, but you have to stop the sequencer to save it. So it's not a looper in that sense. That's why I got the KP3. I will be getting the RC202, which hopefully will come this week, and that'll be a better sampler for me. Kind of cool if you get the beats going together. You can, if you have an external drum machine, kind of hook them up together, and then what do we got? USB 1, so we can just kind of which is pretty cool. I'll be working on that a little bit more because I kind of like that. Just that's another kind of thing. If I go just with the MX1, which is kind of cool. I can do a lot of other crap. Anyway, hey, anyway, I hope that helps. Highly recommend getting one. They're definitely worth their money. You can hook up to 16 different things and control them. Just got to make sure your MIDI goes through and everything's all kosher with that. Apart from that, you're all good to go. One little thing I didn't really say, which is kind of something I haven't done yet too much either, is if I can control the synths with these as well. Now, I much prefer using just a synth, but hang on, a quick demo. Get the point. and you can record these into your session. So you can resample these and have this kind of controlling everything. So that's kind of cool, just an add-on as well. If you get the grey ones, you know, that's got a lot more filters going through it. This one only has really the one to see here, low pass, high pass, band pass, and then just these kind of things going on. But they both have these things, the effects, master effects, and each of them has different things in it. I'm not going to get much into that. Could be here forever. There's nothing worse than watching people just fart around, but you get the gist. Anyway, I hope this was informative. Probably waffled on a lot and probably didn't explain too much, but if you want to ask any questions, I'll try and answer them. If not, definitely go and get one. Honestly, you'll love it. Peace.